I was so angry, and then I see him so calm.
Really?
You know, you are fighting for a world championship. I think it's normal that these kind of things can happen.
You can't say that's his Christmas present.
Why
You've
not?
got to give him something.
I'm in a team that I think is capable of winning those championships, and I'm very excited what we come up with for next year.
Max Verstappen's latest No BS interview. Let's go.
Max Verstappen, 4-time world champion. Has it sunk in yet?
Yeah, I think the last few weeks for sure, been able to enjoy it a bit more. Of course, when I started racing, it would sound pretty insane to think about that.
Yeah.
But now that we are here, very proud. It's been a very long season, of course, as well. From enjoying it, still racing, I'm also really looking forward to actually just resting up a little bit.
Yeah, of course. How does that feel, knowing there's a baby on the way?
Yeah, I mean, it's super exciting, of course. Luckily, I did get a little bit of training, you know, with Penelope, seeing her grow up already for like 4 years. Yeah, which has been also, you know, really, really nice. But yeah, for sure, you know, when it's like going to be fully your own, yeah, it's going to be a different challenge, but I'm looking forward to it.
This moment really highlights Max's evolution, not just as a driver, but as a person. From his first race to 4 championships and now preparing for fatherhood, it's clear his growth isn't slowing down anytime soon.
Well, I mean, you already kind of call yourself a bonus dad, which is quite lovely. So you're going to be a good dad. And I hear, because we have just, you know, we've had a little chat with Christian, and he's going to sort out a contract for the baby for the racing, so it's totally fine. You're financially covered.
I need to speak to Christian about that, because I actually don't want he or she to go into racing, but maybe a different role, maybe a different role in the team. Maybe he or she can design future cars or whatever.
Can we discuss Sao Paulo, please? Which was just probably the most insane race I've seen in a while. And that was a mega drive from you, from 17th up to winning the race. What was going through your head at the time? Because obviously it was a bit all over the place, red flags and rain and all that kind of thing. How was it for you?
A lot went through my mind because, of course, I was very upset with qualifying. Actually, I wanted to destroy my room, but then I walked into my room and my dad was sitting there. So I was like...
Did he destroy it for you?
He's the calm one. He was very calm. I was so angry, and then I see him so calm. That actually calmed me down.
Really?
Yeah. Just walked in. Yeah, it was honestly like, when I think back about the day, I could really feel also in the office, you know, when we were preparing for the race, because everything, of course, happened on the same day, qualifying, and yeah, it was a lot of sad faces, I would say, because you're starting P17, your main rival is starting first, so it could be a massive point swing, and we couldn't really use that at that point of the championship, so everyone was quite nervous, I think, as well. But then, yeah, you know, it rained, it was a wet day. I jumped in the car and I was like, of course I like the conditions. I like to drive in the wet, but you never know what will happen or can happen, because at the same time you might be taken out or you spin off the track yourself, because it's very difficult. But then as soon as the race went underway, yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it a lot. I felt good with the car and yeah, step by step driving to the front again.
Max's ability to dominate in the wet is unmatched. Sao Paulo showcased his mastery over both the technical challenges of the track and the mental challenges of racing from behind. It's performances like this that cement his place among the all-time greats.
And your face looked different on that podium.
It was relief.
Yeah, you were on that podium and your face, you looked so relieved, but you looked so proud. And I think there was a part of you that thought, okay, now I feel like I can get this world championship in the bag.
Yeah, I knew as soon as I won that race and the outcome in general, I was like, that's it.
Yeah, and then Vegas come along.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't think the race in Vegas will be in my top 100 of my races, I think. It was not really exciting for me, but I did what I had to do, and yeah, that for me was the most important, of course, on the day.
And then tell me about the night out, please.
It was great. So
Where did you go?
I met up with Martin Garrix because he was playing there the whole weekend. So I met up with him because I only left the track at like 4:30 in the morning.
In the morning?
Yes. So, of course, already at the time I had a few drinks in me.
No, I saw some interviews and you were quite...
It was becoming more and more honest. Yeah,
no, that's good.
So, yeah, it was great. Honestly, also some people of the team that joined. And yeah, we had a great time. Nothing really too serious at the same time. Then we ended up back in our hotel at the bar in the casino.
At what time?
Yeah, but I mean, People are gambling, people are having breakfast, and some people are drinking.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter what time it is in
Yeah,
Vegas.
the time in Vegas.
Always drink.
Yeah.
Or for breakfast.
But then literally the week after, you go out and win another race. Surely,
But I mean, the championship was done, so that was the most important.
From the pressure of securing a championship to partying all night in Vegas, how does Max balance it all? That podium moment in Sao Paulo clearly meant everything, but could his ability to reset so quickly be the key to his unstoppable momentum?
did that feel like a much more relaxed drive? Like you were just like, oh, it's fine, doesn't really matter, but I might as well just go and win it anyway.
It wasn't really relaxing. I mean, that track is very physical. At the same time, Lando was only like 1.5, 2 seconds behind me. So we were pushing flat out because every time he responded, I had to respond. So
Yeah,
it's like,
naturally.
I was almost thinking to myself, if he just stops pushing, I'll stop pushing. You know, it makes everyone's life a bit easier. Yeah.
Talk to me about your relationship with Lando, because obviously on the track it's heated and then social media all kicks off and all that sort of thing, but you are still very close, aren't you?
Yeah, people always make it really like a lot worse on social media.
Yeah,
There are
yeah.
a lot of idiots on that platform that, yeah, they always have something to say, something to complain about. You know, there are also a lot of positive people, but also some proper idiots.
Yeah.
I think it's better just to ignore all of that. But Lando and I, we get on very well. Of course, at times it got a bit tense on track,
Yeah.
but off track, that shouldn't matter. You know, we always try to do the best we can on track to get the best possible result. And you are fighting for a world championship. So
Yeah.
I think it's normal that these kind of things can happen. But yeah, we're good.
Max's dynamic with Lando proves that fierce competition doesn't have to lead to animosity. Their ability to leave the tension on the track and maintain a friendship off it speaks volumes about their professionalism and respect for each other.
But the rest of the season, I mean, it had so many ups and downs. So does this championship feel more exciting? Does it mean more to you because you had to fight for it so much over the last four?
It definitely means a lot. You know, it's not been the easiest, I think, for everyone in the team. A lot of people is just under pressure. We all wanted to do well. We came off a season where basically dominated. I never expected it, of course, to be like that again, but at the same time, I also didn't expect it to be like it was in the middle of that season. But I'm very proud of everyone, how we all stuck together. We didn't panic, and we always tried to find improvements on the car and just try to understand our issues. I think we did that very well, and we can be very proud of how we handled that all.
I think that's the key there, that no one panicked. There was no panic. It was fine.
Not as far as I know, but yeah, no, we did very well. I mean, there were some races where, yeah, everyone was disappointed, not happy, but instead of just sitting there, not doing anything and just being upset with it, everyone got to work, and yeah, that was great to see.
Yeah. Does each championship have more value to you as the years go on?
They are very different. All of them are different, which I think is nice, because the first one will always be the most emotional one, because for me at that point, it felt like my career in F1 is completed, because that is the ultimate goal. You can win 2 more, 3 more, 4 more, it's the same thing. It's nice to add a few, but the first one, that is your ultimate goal achieved. But then, yeah, the second one was very nice and different for different reasons. Tough start, dominant end. Then last year was very dominant. So that for me was the most enjoyable one because we were winning so much. But then this one, it also, again, highlight like, you know, it's not straightforward to win, even though it looked like that last year. You realize actually like how easily you can get used to success as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've been all very different.
This reflection speaks to the depth of Max's connection to his sport. Each championship tells a different story. His first, an emotional milestone. His second, a triumph of dominance. And this one, a testament to resilience. It's a powerful reminder that even for the best in the world, every season comes with its own set of struggles, victories, and lessons that shape a champion's legacy.
This is from Claire in New Zealand, who says, you've broken many records, but is there a particular milestone or an achievement that you are most proud of?
Winning my first race, I think, was great, because I just joined the team in my first weekend, and it's always, you know, you're nervous, is it going to work out in a top team? You don't know, but that was a great start. You know, it just calmed everything down a little bit at the time. So I was very proud of, yeah, just handling that weekend and just the pressure in general. But for the rest, I mean, yeah, it's great to win more races, like, you know, winning streaks. But at the same time, I'm also just really, like, proud of, you know, working with so many incredibly talented people. because anything else that I will ever do in life, racing related, I think will never come close to what we have done, so far. And I'm very well aware of that. So I'm also really trying to remember the moments, that we had together, that we have already achieved, and hopefully also moments to come.
This is from Adebayo in Nigeria, who says, in your opinion, what was your best overtake this season?
The ones that I liked were the ones in the wet in Brazil, because I knew they were incredibly important at the time. Late on the brakes, not locking up. Yeah.
Matt in the Netherlands, who says, Max, we saw you partying in Las Vegas to Max Verstappen. Is that your favourite chant?
No, absolutely not. It's
Is
not
it
my
not? Do you
favorite.
hate it?
It's not my favorite. But the team put it on. At that time, I think I already had a few beers and gin tonics, so I was like, let's just go with it.
It's always gin and tonic, isn't it? Is that your go-to?
Love it. Yeah.
This is from Rebecca in the UK, who says, what's the one thing that you go crazy for when the season is over, that you cannot eat or cannot do during a season? What's the first thing you do?
Definitely eat a bit more chocolate, a bit more pasta as well.
Do you have a favourite chocolate bar?
It's a Kinder chocolate.
Kinder, good shout.
Yeah, I think I inhaled 10 of them yesterday.
Good for you. So you're just going to get all like chunky and wobbly over Christmas?
I mean, I have to.
A little bit chunky.
Yeah.
A little.
Yeah, but I don't really care how I look like. So for me, I don't need to be running around tops off.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
For me, it's important. For me, it works like that. Some people really like to train the whole year round to keep themselves fit. For me, I really need my time off as well. Just enjoy, because it's a new motivation. Because then in January, I look in the mirror and I'm like, I think it's time to start working out again for the season. And, it's like a kind of a push as well.
Yeah.
I like to suffer.
Max's pride in his first race win is a powerful reminder of how milestones in a career aren't just about the result, but the significance of the moment. That victory calmed his nerves and set the stage for the future. But even more significant is his appreciation for the people he's worked with and the moments they've created together. In a career filled with success, Max knows that racing is about more than just victories. It's about the journey and the relationships that define it.
It's basically what we all do, except we don't go back to the full workouts afterwards.
Be a bit of a problem.
And now, obviously, next season is approaching, and I don't want to jinx anything, but if you win this World Championship, that will be 5, which would then match Michael Schumacher.
In a row.
Is that a target for you?
I mean, I would like to win. Yeah. It's not about, like I said, the targets of winning 5 in a row or winning how many in total. For me, I'm in a team that I think is capable of winning those championships, and I'm very excited what we come up with again for next year. I hope it's quick enough. I know when it's quick enough that I'll do the rest. I just hope that we are competitive, that we are back up there again, and we can have a lot of incredible moments together.
How soon will you see the RB21?
Well, I'll probably, when I come back to the factory the first time, you will get a bit of an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we've got in February, it's the big launch at the O2 of all of the liveries for next year. Mm-hmm. Are you looking forward to that?
I am looking forward to see my own car.
Yeah.
Like the livery. I hope it's a bit different. I was actually talking about it today. Shiny color. We have had so many like matte blue cars.
Yeah.
I think it's just nice to spice it up a little bit.
Yeah, but is that a weight thing, that it's just a lighter paint on those than what's
It's a
going
bit
on
lighter,
there?
yeah.
Yeah,
so
maybe
it can be a bit different, the livery.
You know what I learned while being here? The colour of the Red Bull logo is ever so slightly different dependent on the track and dependent on if it's a night or a day race. The colour slightly changes so it looks the same on camera.
Max's approach to next season is a perfect example of how champions focus on the process rather than the outcome. While the idea of matching Michael Schumacher with 5 world championships is tempting, Max's focus remains on working with his team to create a competitive car. It's about being the best, not chasing a number. And even the subtle details, like the slight variations in the Red Bull logo based on the race conditions, show just how far they go to ensure everything is perfect.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
I learned that on my factory tour, and that blew my mind.
I didn't even know. Yeah. Oh, it's good to know.
Now, obviously, we have, of course, enjoyed a lot of radio moments between you and GP. Is the bromance still alive and well?
Yeah, he's actually on holiday right now already. Everyone else is still working.
Where's he gone?
If I'm not mistaken, Maldives.
Oh, okay. So you're still chatting.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
we get on very well.
Yeah. So we got a question here from Matthew in the US who says, "Have you got him a Christmas present? If so, can you reveal what it is?"
Well, I think we won the championship together.
You can't say that's his Christmas present.
Why
You've
not?
got to give him something, like something physical to open.
I think he's happy, yeah.
Just give him a signed hat. He'd love that.
I don't think he can do a lot with that.
Are you planning on going to any football matches during the break? Maybe to Liverpool to go and see your friends, Virgil and Cody?
He actually invited me. I was talking to Virgil during the Abu Dhabi weekend because, of course, he was supposed to play Everton, but then it got postponed.
Can you imagine being in the kind of friendship that Max shares with GP? Even while GP is off on holiday, they're still talking. It's clear their bond goes beyond the racing world. And how fun is it that Max considers a championship win as enough of a gift for GP? I mean, what better way to commemorate their season than by sharing that monumental achievement? Max's casual mention of getting him a signed hat is a great reminder that sometimes the simplest gestures carry the most meaning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try. I mean, I would really like to go there. It's just very tough to fit it in the schedule.
Yeah.
But I said to him, maybe January, if I'm around anyway, I can squeeze in a night. It would be cool. I mean, I love football. I watch it like when the big games are on Premier League, of course, Champions League.
And it's quite a big potential season for Liverpool as well.
I'm not a Liverpool fan.
I'm an Arsenal fan, so I'm not enjoying Liverpool.
They can have an unbelievable season. And naturally, when there are Dutch players, manager, it's nice to see them do well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is from Sophie in the US, who says, "What was the most stress-inducing race weekend, and what was the least stress-inducing race weekend?"
Well, I think Hungary was quite eventful.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're just sticking with eventful. That's it.
Yeah, I would call it eventful. I prefer not to actually think about that weekend again.
Okay, then let's move on.
The least stress, I think the last one, to be honest. Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was just like smooth
Well,
sailing.
there was nothing to fight for really anymore. Championship was done for driver and constructors for us, so I think that's why then it's less stressful because it doesn't really matter what the outcome is.
Is this you kind of chilling out now? Because I know that today, obviously, we're here at the factory right now. There's been lots of big Christmas photos, group photos, everyone coming to have pictures with you. We're doing the podcast today. And then is that you done for the year? No. Shakes his head. Yeah.
No. Okay. Tomorrow I have a day at home.
Right.
Then I have to fly to Rwanda for the FIA Cup.
Of course.
And then I still have a few more things to do after. I need to go to Madrid, Austria as well. I'll do 2 days of testing for myself in GT3. So that I have a few things left. After that, then I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you will actually relax at Christmas?
Yeah, we'll go skiing.
Okay.
Relaxing. I mean, it's just time with friends, not thinking about racing, just really enjoy a bit. And
Yeah, but I feel like you don't. I feel like you just don't relax.
For me, skiing is relaxing,
Yeah. Or even sim racing.
but that's relaxing for me as well.
Have you got any sim races lined up?
Not now, but in January, yes.
Okay.
Later on in January.
If you could pick one race this season to relive, what would it be and why?
Honestly, I wouldn't want to relive Brazil because it was so emotionally draining as well that day that I cannot do that again. It's the same as for me, like reliving my first title that day. I think I would die, honestly, a heart attack.
Yeah.
Because I remember people that saw me that day, especially my girlfriend Kelly, she came into my room before the race. And I think normally before a race, I'm not really that nervous. I mean, they're always, you're just well prepared and there might be some nerves that you want to do well, but she said my hands were like ice cold. So again, you really don't want to relive these kind of moments. I mean, they're amazing to look at, but not to relive.
Would you just go Abu Dhabi again?
Calm.
Nice for you.
Yeah, maybe then, of course, try to have a little bit of a different outcome in the race.
Yeah.
But Qatar was good.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough. We did have a very brief chat at Goodwood this year, talking about 20 years of Red Bull racing. And obviously, we are sat here in a room right now with people that have been working as part of this team for the last 20 years. Is there anything that you would like to say to the team as you're sat here right now as four-time world champion?
Yeah, I mean, with some, of course, I've been already working for a longer period of time. And of course, when I joined here, I was a proper rookie. And just seeing, of course, what the team had achieved up until then, it was seriously impressive to be part of that. In the beginning, we had a few probably tough years because, went from championship winning years to then years where we were constantly fighting to get back up there, and not always entirely our fault, I would say. But I just like the atmosphere. I could always be myself. And yeah, I really like the team atmosphere, a lot of nice people. And I think that is so important to be part of a team where you can be yourself and have a good time. Because, of course, we are all here to try and win and try to do well. We try to be the best of yourself. But at the same time, these years fly by. And I think once you stop, you also want to look back and realize that you actually had a good time while doing it. And yeah, that's what I appreciate with the team, the people that they've always been super nice to me, very supportive. I'm just very thankful to be part of the team.
It does definitely feel like a nice, cozy family. And you are very much yourself. I mean, you're always yourself. Even when you're being interviewed by media and so, you're just always yourself. You're unforgivably yourself, and I never want you to change.
Some people can
that.
appreciate it a bit more than others.
I think what I love and what I respect about you is that you are just unapologetically yourself. But do you feel like you've changed a lot since when you first started?
I just got older, a bit more experience, hopefully also a bit wiser at the same time.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just, you make mistakes, you have good moments, bad moments, you go through them with the team together, and I think you come out of it stronger. That's what you always have to try and aim for.
Max's thoughts on the most and least stressful race weekends really highlight the emotional weight of racing. Hungary might have been eventful, but it's clear Max prefers not to revisit those moments. And who can blame him? With such a high level of stress during those races, it's understandable that the calm of Abu Dhabi would be a welcome break. But even when it comes to downtime, Max can't fully escape the racing world. His commitment is clear, whether it's flying to Rwanda for a gala or preparing for more testing. It's impressive how he balances family, racing, and personal time.